Okay. Yeah, so we'll just start the normal way. I'll call your name, tell me good afternoon, so I can know, okay, you're really around. Um, Adéjọlá Samson,
Present.
Aisha Toshin, Aisha Toshin, Aisha Toshin, Yewande,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon, boss. Alamin,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Ayodele Jide, okay. Bolu Atife, my G from yesterday. Bolu, is Bolu here? Bolu Atife,
Yes, good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Mom.
Okay, dear from the below. Jehan, Temple Run, always escaping questions.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kabiru,
Wale lè ní congratulations.
okay. Ajibola,
Good afternoon, boss.
good afternoon. Lawal, were you still able to go through those videos yesterday?
I was so busy, I was not even started, but I've downloaded the video.
Okay, boss. Kudus Bankole, okay. Kofoworola, Kofoworola. Is Kofo having network issues again? Solomon, Solomon. Okay, good afternoon, Kofo. Somi, Oluwaseun,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Treasure,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Zainab, Zainab. Okay, guess that's. Oh,
Are you calling me?
yeah, good afternoon,
Yeah,
boss.
sorry. Sorry, I didn't hear you well. I'm present oh.
Okay, boss. So today we'll just jump right into
Good
implementation.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My hand is up. You didn't notice my hand.
Okay, okay. Yeah, one day, please
So
go on.
I was going to say that the video yesterday, I went through it, but I was not able to see the terminal. It was very blurry, so I couldn't see what you were typing in, and I was not able to do all the gates installing and all of that yesterday. Then I heard someone talking about 50 lines of code or something. My network was doing anyhow. Please, was there an assignment or something that I missed? Because I was like off and on yesterday.
Yeah, you missed an assignment. Very important one.
Okay. Sorry, when is the assignment due?
I'm supposed to submit it by this morning. People already submitted theirs.
Wow, okay. Thank you.
I will compose.
So there was an assignment.
Oh, rest. Say I'm pranking somebody. I spot the prank now.
It's not fair. I was already thinking, boss, no be so.
So there's no assignment.
Okay, thank you.
Aisha can't say anything. And everyone here will bless it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, the resources for this, I think I already sent it.
Oh, that would have just, plan with you.
Bolu,
Ah, ah.
Bolu, what have I sent something? Bolu, okay, let's move on. Yeah, so we'll be implementing this part without this navbar, this other navbar, Frontend navbar. Just this part, then this part, then this part, then this part. And I think I already sent out the resources. If you have downloaded the resources, maybe
I
Yeah, hi.
I
okay. Yeah. So okay, so sorry, also yeah, so to make this quite easy, yeah, inside my phone, create cloud image, then I want to get the resource, all the resources I sent to you, the images and the so I want to copy everything, Control A, select or Control C, copy, then inside my image folder, everything there. Okay. So if I check my VS Code now, I already have the folder there with all my images inside. So creating my index. How you guys put in place? I expect some people to have even gone faster than me. Click my CSS. Is anyone following me, please?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. I'm changing the edit to. And yeah, there's something called. Someone say something. So there's something called a favicon. I forgot to teach you guys that. A
What did you
favicon is
say?
like there's something called a favicon. Let me put a chart up. So it is this icon that shows over here at the top. You see, close to my GitHub, there's an icon there, the GitHub icon. So if I take this guy, I go live. See, I have this default globe over here, this internet globe. So now how do I change it to an image? To do that, you do that in your CSS at the top also. You say link, it's in the favicon over here. You select it. Then inside that href, you find the image you want to use. So I want to use / I'm going to my image / icon.png. I guess that's the name. Yeah, icon. This icon. It's nice. If I go back now, the icon already changed at the top. I no longer have that default globe as my favorite icon. I now have something else. Okay, Solomon, go on. Solomon, you have to go on, please. Solomon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I said you should please do it again.
Okay. Yeah, so in your HTML, you click link. As if you want to add the style sheet. See the option said is favicon over here. So you click on it. Inside your href, you locate the image you want to use. So /image/ I want to use my icon.png. So select icon.png. So did you get that?
Yes, I did. Thanks.
Okay. Do you all understand? Does every other person follow me? Kofo, Deborah Bello. Deborah with your laptop.
Yes, I was, but there's no light. So it just went up now.
Oh, sorry about that, boss. Kofo on your system. Kofo. Is Kofo even here? Oh, okay. Who else is on your system here, please?
I am.
I am.
I'm with my system.
Yeah, so I think so now starting with this now. No, I don't think. As you can see, this is the background. Where's the background image? There is a bold text, but it's not as big as this one. So I can say this is H3, this one H1. Okay, this is a button. So I think the color scheme, I'm going to be using, let me drop it. But okay, I think for each color that we have to use, I'm going to drop the color code on the chat box so you can get the color code on the chat box. I don't think there is any font. This is like a default font. Let me check. Yeah, anytime stronger. The default this is like a default font. Anytime stronger. Should you just let's make it interesting?
Hello, I can't hear you again.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to get fonts. Okay, I think it's
Okay, okay.
so
You know the name of the font you're searching for.
yeah,
What's the font family?
top hints. I'm going to drop the link. I'll drop the link in the chat box so you all can just copy it and add it to your CSS page. But it's Poppins. You can just go to Google Fonts, search for Poppins.
You drop what?
Go to Google Fonts, search for Poppins. So I'm taking light 300, regular 400, medium 500, semi bold 500, bold 700, then extra bold of 800. I don't need the extra bold of 900. So in post, you can't see him. Can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. You are using Poppins fonts, right?
Yes, Poppins. I already dropped the link in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so now at the top, now I'm going to be adding my import row. And I'm saying, okay, for my default, since I want to use my Poppins everywhere, I can just add it here by default. So after saying padding of 0, margin 0, I want to say, okay, font family, Poppins, command, sorry. So now with this now that I did now, by default, every font I'm going to use on my website is going to be Poppins. If I want to use multiple fonts, more than not just Poppins, but add other fonts to like Poppins, what I'll do now is I won't add it over here. Instead, I have to start adding the font family to individual component or individual text field. But now, since I want to use my Poppins everywhere, that's why I added it to the global styling at the top. Do you guys understand, please? Do you guys get me?
Yes, I do. I do.
I thought like
I want to ask a question. For that selector for the padding, did you use asterisk?
Yes, asterisk at the top. Asterisk, that's universal selector. So whenever you want to
Okay,
style that universal selector, that's what they call it. Once you put asterisk, the asterisk is going to affect everything. It's, so with that, whatever you put there becomes the default of everything. There are other ways of doing universal selectors too. Like at the top, like this, like let's start something like H1. Start for all your H1 like this. This is universal because there is no class ID in it. So every H1 gets to get this property. But now it's not advisable. The only one that's advisable that I do is for button. But then okay, every button you want people to click on it. So if you want people to click on it, you want to show them okay, once you click on it, it needs to change. Like this now, you see the way look at my cursor. This is how my cursor looks like. But when I take it over the button, it changes. This now, whenever user sees the user knows that okay, I should click this. So now how can I not do it like that? I want all my buttons to have that particular. I'll say, okay, cursor. I changed my cursor type from this normal cursor type to a pointer. So that means every button now inside this website I'm building now is going to have cursor pointer. Okay, so now let's start. So now I have the class name of hero. Hero section is mostly the first section that you see on the website. Like this now, this is the hero section. So now inside my hero section, I want to have a div that I'll name hero text. And inside the div, what do I have here? H3 that says welcome to Zogin, and then H1 tag that says what else today makes you stronger tomorrow. So inside, I'll create my first H3 that says welcome to Zogin. And I have my H1 that says what hot makes you stronger or what complicated. Now what hot today makes you stronger tomorrow. So what hot have a button that says are you guys following please?
Yes, but you're kind of fast.
Yes, we are.
no, you are very fast. Yeah.
So now I'm
Yes.
copying the text that I type,
Please, I'm kind of
copying
behind.
it to the chat box. So okay. How far are you?
I went off immediately after you posted the link on the style page, and I just connected back now.
Okay. So basically what we have done since is I imported the font link at the top of the style that says we're using poppins, and then I selected 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 800 font weights of poppins. Then I did my universal selector, did padding of 0, padding of 0, margin of 0. Then I set the default font family to poppins. Then I also did a universal styling for my button. I said my button, every cursor that will be pointed at my button should be pointer. That's cursor type should be pointer. Then in my HTML, I created a section, named it hero. Then inside that section, I created a div. named it hero text. So inside that div, I have H3 tag that says welcome to Zogin. Then H1 tag that says what hurts today makes you stronger tomorrow. And then a button that says discover more. So if I check what I'll be building since, yeah, this is it. And then as you can see, once I get close to my button, it becomes a pointer. Are you guys following, please?
Yes, we are.
Okay, Kofo, please go on. Kofo, go on, please.
That hero is for the image.
No, the hero is the name of the section.
Oh, okay. No problem.
So now in my styling, I can say dot hero. That's the name of the section.
I wanted to confirm
And
because
then,
there was image under the text. I was thinking you used that for the image.
bro, calm down. We're going there. Calm down, boss.
Okay.
Whoa, calm down. So background image URL, then dot slash enter the image slash. What's the name of the background image I want to use? E1. So if I go back slash zero 01. So yep, the image is there already. So now, how do I make this thing full? Now, if you look at this now, this guy takes it covers every part of my screen. So how do I make it full? Any suggestion? Kufo?
What did you say?
The hero
Can you hear
section.
me?
Yes, I can. The hero section is covering my whole screen.
Okay.
So do you have any thoughts how I can make this guy cover the whole screen?
I think you're supposed to do something about background image, make it I don't know the what do you call it? This thing against used.
Yeah. Okay,
We're
so
supposed
the
to say
first thing,
cover.
that's
I think
background
background
size
image
cover.
cover.
Background
Okay,
size
background
cover.
size.
Not yet. What you have to do is you have to first specify the height of the container. Because if you do that, if you look at this now, it is only taking just this part. So even though if you do the background size cover, it will be only this height. Because by default, the height of the container is whatever height your text and everything they cover. So now we want to specify that I want it to take the whole screen. To do that, to say height of 100 VH. Remember, 100 VH means viewport height. So it's covering every height. See now, it's now covering my whole screen. Are you following, please?
Yes.
Please, can you do that again?
Okay, I just gave my hero height of 100 VH. Can you see that now?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay. Then, like Kofo said, background size, cover. And I want to say, okay, I want my background position. Background position, enter. If I go back now and check, I already have this. Before, I don't know if you noticed, the background was somewhere inside the left. So what I did now was align it to the center. So this background center. Are you following, please?
Yes.
Okay. So now you see now that this guy now, it is aligned vertically at the center. So you see the text and everything is aligned at the center. That's vertical center. Yes. So have any idea I can do that? Okay, Kofo, go on.
I wanted you to repeat yourself. I didn't really get what you're saying.
Okay, I said if you look at this, you notice that the text and everything, the container that's holding this text is aligned vertically at the center.
Oh, I think you use align text to center.
Aligned text just like that.
No, wait. Can you go back to your code? But wait, you're going to. Sorry, let me see.
We'll do the normal thing. Okay, let's align item. So that's the reason why I had to put my text inside another container. If I did not put my text inside this container, the display of flex is going to work on all these guys, and they're going to flex out. So now, since it's only one container, it's not flexing or anything. So if you check now, you still have it at the center now. Are you guys following, please?
Yes.
Who else is with me? Can I hear more? Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. So now, the next thing I'm starting for now is our hero text. So that will be dot hero. It's dot hero. So I've been waiting for someone to ask me that, okay, let's put this dot hero first and then put the second class inside. So that's because along the line, I may want to have another class name with this hero text. So now how do I make sure that the new style I'm going to do under is not going to affect the one on top? I start calling the parents first. So since I know all throughout my code, I can never repeat the same parent class name. So what I do is start with the parents. So even though I use this guy again anywhere, it's not going to affect this first one since I'm styling first with the parents, then followed by the child. So this way you start to avoid conflict in your code. Because majority of the time, whenever you are styling, you may mistakenly use the same style name, the same class name for something else at the bottom, and then can just destroy the code at another part because the new style that I'm making is going to affect the initial one. So now, how do you make sure that this thing doesn't happen? What you do is you have to start calling with the parent name first, and then make sure you never repeat the same parent name. So this way, if I can have like 100 hero texts any other place, as far as it's not starting with hero, the new changes I'm going to make is not going to affect the initial one. Do you guys get?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now my hero text now, I want to say color of white. So instead of putting my time to start doing the color of white for each text, I can just say a color of white for the container. So every text in that container is going to have that color. As you can see, this guy now has color of white, this guy has color of white. The reason why this one is still black is because it's a button. It doesn't apply with buttons, only applies with text. So after that, what else? Okay, there's just a little bit of spacing here. What is that spacing? So to add that spacing, I say margin of left 30 pixels. I think 20 pixels should be enough. Yeah, it says. Now let's go straight to the H3 tag case. Yeah. dot hero text dot hero text. What am I styling for my H3? So font size of 20 pixels. And if you notice, okay, who's that? Winifred, please go on.
Yes, I want to ask, like, why are you listing everything out? Is it because they're in section?
Listing everything out, so was it the class names?
Like, you're putting, yes, the hero.hero.hero text, then you
Yeah,
now
like
put
I said,
the
I
H3.
want to avoid, I want to avoid, I want to avoid any, would I say, any case of repeated styling that's going to like affect my code. So we just, like I said, explained before, along the line, sometimes you may style for a particular text. Like now that my H3 now, I can start for my H3 again somewhere else. But now, if I just put only H3 here, the new styling I'm going to make at the bottom is going to affect the initial one. So now, how do I make sure that this thing doesn't happen? After the names of the sections first. So first thing I called was the hero. That's the mother container. Then I said hero text. That's the child container. Then I said, okay, H3. So what I did was say, okay, inside my section, I want to target a container called hero text. Then I want to target the H3 inside that container. So that's what I did here. So that means if I have another, if I put another section here, then I put H3. H3, and I say, hey, or I go back and check. You see the new H3, the text is different from this one, even though
Yes.
I styled for H3 here. That's because what I targeted was the H3 that's inside this container, not this one. So this way, I'm going to avoid the conflict of having to destroy my code as I'm styling. So you understand now, Winifred?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
So now, you know what? Let's do this. I already sent the link to the group to the this in the chat. So what you just do now is just so you can follow along with the design. You get. Are you guys with me, please? Are you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I've sent the link to the sites that we are cloning, so you can follow along. Yeah. So this one is okay. This is in all uppercase, and then our one is not in uppercase. So what it says text, something called transform, text transform uppercase. Yeah. So now all uppercase. Okay. Which is listen. So now we say padding bottom at the bottom of 20 pixels. Okay. Spacing is already. So now back to this guy. Let's start for the H1 now. So but hero but H1 font size 60 pixels. Also going to have a padding bottom of 20 pixels. As you can see, this thing now is overflowing. But now, how do we make it look like this? This one is overflowing. So we can say, okay, we'll go back to our hero.text. That's the container that's holding them. And then give a width of 50%. Then I want to give this my H1 a font weight, because that width way too big. I'll say font weight of 700. So as you can see now, it has already dropped down. But now I guess the text, the size we gave it is too much, because I want it to be just 2 lines. Like this guy, just 2 lines. So reduce the font size from 50 pixels. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that works fine. Are you guys following, please? Who's coding along?
Yes.
Who's coding along?
I am, but I need it to slow down because I just joined.
I am following you, but I want to see the
I
code.
just came back. My network is just lagging. I'm following.
I can just slow down for like 1 minute so that I can catch up. I don't mind.
Okay, no
Yes,
problem.
can I say something?
Please go on.
Hi, Kevin. Please, can I? Okay, so I noticed that I still have some white space like around my background, like my background image.
Okay.
Even after using that universal selector and setting margin to 0, padding to 0, everything, but I still have white space. So I don't really know why it seems like that. Your own doesn't have white space. Your mine has.
Yeah. Let me move this guy first.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I did. I want to check something out. You have something like this.
Sorry?
Is it something like this?
Eh?
Oh, look, can you see my screen?
Network, so something like my
Can you see
network
my
is
screen?
lagging. The video is lagging, so I can't. I'm only seeing your code.
Oh, I just switched the screen. Yeah, we'll go on.
I want to say, can you resend the link to that Netflix something that you sent? Thank you.
Okay, so can I continue? Thanks.
Peter,
Sorry?
can you hear me?
It says, can I continue, please?
Can you hear me? I say something.
Okay, go on.
Peter, when I finish on live server, it really wants us to do make you. It's not basing on that. Like what wants to do make go to the next line. Use for that tomorrow. It's not doing that. Can hear me?
I can't hear you at all. What did you say?
What I'm saying is that, okay, don't worry, continue. I think I'll find myself.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, then. Yeah. So, next thing on the list is the button. So we have .0, okay, then button. So I want to add the padding, because there's like padding inside the button. There's the background color. Let me send you the background color. That's the background color. But now this button is this button is quite boring. We'll try and make it a bit interesting, maybe a bit interactive or something. Okay. Yeah. So um, I'm coming, please. Think of a complementary color that can go well with that background color. So we can add it to the button to make it lively. Okay. So there's there are spacings around this button, the background color, the type of font, color white. Yeah, so let's do that. Uh, so can you repeat what you are saying? Oh, what should I repeat, please? Okay, she doesn't even know what I said. Doesn't she have me to repeat? I mean, I don't know what to repeat. But okay. Okay, so I'll stop. You want to go on?
For the H3, I'm wondering why you used Eero then Eero text. Since there's only one H3, couldn't you have just used H3 and it should have worked?
Yes, I could have used H3 and stuff, but now this is not going to be the only H3 I'm going to use in the project.
Okay, right.
I'll have more H3s. So if I do that kind of thing, it's going to affect every H3. So it's better to specify. So I'll say one good practice in coding is always specify. Don't use general styling. Because if you're someone that you're used to just styling anyhow, when you now start using something like React that's like one component, you use like over 100 pages of just one component in React. So if you make that styling once, you're going to kill the whole project. And then React is quite easy. One small mistake like this, you have destroyed everything. So always learn to like specify. Whenever you pick particular one you want to start with, you use that. If there are like two H3s inside this container now, I'm going to have to add the class name to the both of them to the two H3s. So I can specify on which particular one I'm starting for. You get your one.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
You're welcome, boss. Okay, yeah. So let's continue. So now background. You guys already have that color that I copied. So that's the background for my button. The background color is the color. That's the text color of the button as well. It's white. That's after FFF. You can use FFF. You can use white. There is no border, so it's a border of none. Then text transform. Because the text inside here, they are in uppercase. So text transform. Uppercase. And let's add padding inside also. Padding or the top and bottom, let's say 15 pixels, then left and right 35 pixels. Then you give it a font size of like 15 pixels. So if you check out what we have, yeah, we have this. Are you guys following me, please? Who is following me? Okay, Solomon, go on.
Please show me the coding again.
Jian here. Jian.
Yes, I am. Yes, yes.
Okay. What of Deborah Bello?
Yes, I am. I'm watching you guys.
Aisha Toshe.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Someone raised up his hand just now. Is that Solomon? Oh, Aditya something. Please go on, Samson.
I'm sorry, my system is not recognizing my CSS file. It's telling me problem with this file on track.
Problem with the file on track. Where did you see the message?
When I hover on top of the title of the CSS file.
Like this?
Yes.
This thing you are using, have you connected it to Git?
I think I have. I don't think.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I did yesterday.
If it's connected to Git, it's going to show on track because you have not added it.
Oh, so I should start afresh, or I should create
No. You
What do I
continue.
need to do?
Is your CSS? Is the CSS? Is it showing on your
That's what
browser,
I'm
your live server?
saying. There is no, it's not.
Then you did not connect well. Did you link it well? That's
Yes, I
one.
did.
Two. Is it the extension? Is the extension correct? Is it style.css?
Yes.
Okay, now share your screen.
I'm watching on my phone. I'm not using my system.
Oh.
Maybe,
Actually, can't share your screen because I'd have loved to see what the issue is like.
wait, let me see if I can. What did you say?
You know what? Can you take a picture and send it to the group chat?
Okay, thank you.
So those people that asked me to show my code, have you guys gotten it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we already have this. And so I'd say for good practice, as we are building this, let's just start working on the responsiveness alone. Okay. So now I want to create some. Someone go on.
In that padding, why did you use only two, like 15 and 35? Why didn't you use it like 4 so that we know that it is top, bottom, left, right?
Okay, yeah. So they are different. So you can use two. Whenever you're starting, like you can use two, you can use four. So two that I use here, the first one is for top and bottom. Is that identical?
Okay.
So and then the second one is for left and right. So this thing now is the same as me saying, okay, padding. Now develop, please hold on. It's the same as me saying padding 15 pixels. This is top, right 35 pixels, bottom 15 pixels, left 35 pixels. This and this, they are both the same thing. But now this is a shorter form.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, Lawa, do you wanna go on? Lawa Jibola, yeah, go on. Now why you're raising up your hand now? Oh, okay. I think I should ban you from raising up your hand. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, so like I said, media query. I want to like start adding media queries to it, but I want to segment my code. So I want to use comment. Yeah, how do you even comment out in this? That's it. Winifred, go on.
Yeah, sorry for this commenting. Is it comment out you call it? Yeah,
It's
is
like a
there
comment.
is there something you type to get it? Because each time I want to use it, like I have to start pressing or typing whatever was there. This star and slash or something.
Yeah, you can highlight, then press Control and then /. That's this /. So you press, if you highlight your code and then you Control /, you get automatically comment it out without having to like type that in.
Okay. Can you also use it in the HTML file too?
Yeah, you can do the same thing in HTML. So you can even do the same thing in JavaScript.
Okay.
You can snap your CSS too. Okay. My first media query, I want to say at media screen and max width of 10,024 pixels. Solomon, go on.
Why did you use the comments in between the upper one and the media screen?
Yes, like I said, I wanted to segment my code. You can do it anyhow. You can leave it. You can remove this. You cannot put it if you don't want. But me, I love my code being clean and segmented. So I'll know, okay, this is this part, this is this part.
Okay, thank you.
So I have media screen 10,024 pixels. 10,024 pixels is for yeah, that's for iPad, I guess. Yes, for iPad. Then I want to have another one. Now this one is going to be 900 pixels. I think this is for like iPad mini. Then another max width again. So that's going to be 700 pixels. But I beg. Go on, Kofo.
So I was planning to ask this question before, but I wanted you to first do it. When I was trying to practice what you taught yesterday, I noticed that when I did for max width of 500 pixels, the other one, if I move to like 600 or so, was it max I used? Yes. If I move to 600, then it goes back to the normal desktop. Like it will just everything will just be scattered. So I wanted to know.
Yes,
Now
that's
that
because.
Sorry, what do you want to say?
Go on, go on. No,
Okay,
go
now
on,
that I
please.
see that you're trying to like do for different different size, I wanted to ask that when you're doing your media query, that means you have to like you're going to segment, okay, from this part to this part we cover like a mobile screen, from this part to this part we cover like bigger, like larger screens, then this part to
Larger
this part
screens. Yes,
screen.
exactly.
So that's what I get to do.
Exactly, yes. So,
Okay.
that, so that you can have the responsiveness all through. Yeah, Winifred, I think it is the piano also.
Yes, that was what I wanted to ask. Shall I ask the question already?
Okay. And I want to have for after 500, I want to have for 430 pixels. 430 pixels, this is normal, this is where normal mobile phone starts from. Someone else use the piano. Okay, you want to go on?
Is it compulsory to use max width? Because sometimes you see some codes and they use min width.
So like I said, if you are using max width, that means you are someone that are building desktop first, mobile later. People that use main width, there are people that build mobile first, desktop later. Like my, what you are doing now over here, we are building for desktop first. We are not building for mobile first. If we're building for mobile first, then we'll start with main width. But now we are building for desktop first. Answer the question here again. You want to answer the question?
I don't get the explanation. Sorry.
Okay. So if let's say if I'm building for something like this first, what I'll do is use main width because okay, I'll say okay, from a minimum width of 500 pixel to 500 pixel above, I want it to be like this. The minimum width of 600 pixel above, I want it to be like this. But now we are starting for desktop first. So we are compressing, we are not enlarging. We are going from a bigger screen to smaller screen. So if you are going from a bigger screen to smaller screen, you use back split. If you are going from a smaller screen to a bigger screen, you use mid width. You get
Okay. Also, why do you have so many media screens? Can't you just use like maybe 2 pixels or something?
it doesn't work that way because what looks good on 900 pixels needs to look bad on 800 pixels. What looks bad on 800 pixels needs to look good on 500 pixels. So now to be on the safe side, that's why I created this much. It's even small. I've had over like 15 media query before. Depends on how crazy the design is.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Zainab, go on. Zainab, go on, please.
Yeah. I thought that when you're using media query from like let's say you're using from max width 900 pixels, it's supposed to affect everything from 900 pixels downward. That we
Yes.
don't need to use so much media query like this.
It's going to affect 900 pixels downward. Yes. But now what if the sorry, what if the style that you're using for 900 pixels went from another one? Like if you're using it for 900 pixel and it looks nice 900 pixel, it may not look nice on 500 pixels. You know, let me explain that. So now you inspect, Control Shift I to inspect. You can just right click and then click on inspect. So now let's say this is 1700 pixels. If I start bringing it down at 1054 pixels, look at how it looks. So now I want to change the width of this container. I want it to be like that's the width of the row text. I want it to be 70% instead. 70%. If I now go back and say, okay, at my 24, that's 1024 pixels. So dot zero text, width of 70%. If I refresh this, you see how it looks now? It looks good, Abby, Zainab, on 1024 pixels. Fine, it's going to be good on 1024 pixels and below. But if I make it smaller, look at how it looks. Doesn't look good. So that means for a screen that is below 600 pixels, I have to style this thing and make sure, okay, this thing looks good on them. You get now, Zena. So what looks good for below 900 pixels may not look good for below 700 pixels. That's why you have to like continue styling with media query.
Okay. All right. I get.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you, Lawal.
Mister, how do you get this dimension responses?
Okay, you just click on this bar. Once you click on the bar, automatically the dimension response.
How do you get this dimension responses?
Okay. So if you have something like this, you can just click here. There's responsive at the top. So once just click on it, then you can now change the width. Like me, I think I'm on 1024. Responsive. Just click on this. Click on responsive. Sorry. Okay. So we are looking good. Let us reduce. Okay. So at we are below. Yeah. So below 700 pixels, think we have to increase the size to like 80% and then reduce the font size of this text because it's looking too big. So over here, 700 pixels, set .0 text. So 90%. Then .0 text. And the H1, everything is font size instead of pixels like before. The font size of 40 pixels. So yeah, look at how it looks now. Still looking good. Let's use this one. Okay, that's better. Okay, now this is below 500 pixels. If you remember, we did a margin right of 30, margin left of 30 pixels. Sorry, minute, please. Okay, so now at below 500 pixel, that is sorry, .0 text. Once again, margin left 0. Then it's around add the padding. I want my padding to be everywhere, both the top, the left, right, and the bottom. So it's okay. Padding of 20 pixels. So this padding is going to be everywhere. The top. I first remove the margin to make sure that everything is going to be equal. And I gave it the padding. Then I also want to reduce the font size. .0 text. H1. It's looking too big. I can use it to font size. Font size of okay, so we have this now. And now to go straight to I-45 and start with it. Somehow, this H3 is looking as if it's contending with this H1. So let us reduce the H3 font size to .0 text H3 font size of 16 pixels. So now see how it looks now on iPhone 5. So if I say, okay, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro, still at the center, more. So if we eventually say, okay, let us scale. See, responsive. And now, Winifred, was it not yet? Winifred asked, if you look at this now, we did not use any of these 2 pixels. That from 500 pixel, it's already enough for this other 2. Do you get now, Winifred?
I don't understand. What did you say?
I said, as you can see now, I have to change from each scaling. I said 1024. I did not use 900 pixels because it looked okay for what looked okay for 1024 looked okay for 900.
Okay.
So it looked okay for 700, but it's not okay for 500. But now you see from 500, it looks okay on both 430 and 320. So I did not use both of them. So you get now.
Yes, yes.
Let me move this. Have you guys gotten to this part?
No. 30 seconds, so I'm trying to draw that part.
Please, I'm still like
Please give
please
me a
just hold on.
few.
Uh-oh. These guys are, they didn't allow me to even paste everything. Sorry guys, wanted to paste the code on the chat box, but Google Meet says that I can't paste that long of a code.
Do you mind going to the media screen of 124 pixel? Thank you. Okay.
Guys, they're ready.
Question, please.
Shoot, boss.
Did this background image, could we have kept the display on flex so that when we minimize the screen, it's not as if some parts will be off and all of that?
I don't understand.
Like the background image.
Okay.
Whenever you minimize your screen, some of the parts don't show. So I was asking that, could we have kept the display maybe on flex so that when you reduce the screen, this the image also reduces, and that way there is no missing part and all of that.
Okay, so now for that to be like that, I don't think it's display of flex. It's not flex. Flex, because flex doesn't affect background. Flex only affects boxes that are inside the container, not the background.
Oh, okay.
But now the thing now is this particular background, it is very, very long. The resolution of the background is high quality and it's very, very long. it's impossible for you to have everything on a mobile device. If I try to like, let me see, let's do this. Okay, 5.5 background size. This is what happens. And so if I say, okay, background repeat, and this is what's going to happen because the resolution of the background can't fit the whole screen. That's how we have to leave it like this.
Okay, all right.
Excuse me, please, can I see your code?
I have a question.
Okay, go on.
Not related to the sharp. It's not us. Like, how do you screenshot on the system?
You window and then print screen.
Okay.
So automatically, let's go to the screen.
Okay.
Sorry, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Okay, I don't know if I don't know if you have not gotten the or we've done that. When you were trying to reduce the picture, like the size of the this is responsiveness now, yes. You know, at so the how will I put it?
No.
The right hand side, there's always like some extra for some front, like for some device, but some device there's no like extra space there. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like this one now, you can see that.
This space
No,
here.
no, make it smaller. Smaller. No, like go down, go down. Yes, like this. The image, I don't know, it's not taking it's not background image center for it. That's what I'm wanted to say.
So what type of part of the image is showing?
Just the leg part.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. The image. This is the center of the image.
Oh.
The image is very long. So let me see if I can open the image.
But I thought that background image center would like squeeze it to make it fitting.
So you can see this is the image. This is the length of the image. So this is the center of the image. Because the cover can make it squeezing. I already explained it before to you one day. If you try to squeeze it, you cannot bounce to do that.
No, I heard when you were explaining to her, but I just still wanted to ask that is there like another thing you can do?
Is it because you want the text to show on the lady?
No, I'm just I'm just saying because when it is bigger, we still have this extra like a whole full body showing.
Yeah, that's because it's because of the device that I mentioned, the size of the device. So now the device that we are using now, the one that you are like using, this one now, this 360 pixels width, It's just like from here to like here. This is the center, so it's only picking the center. So those
So that is
devices that's showing extras because it's wide enough.
okay. Now that is my main question. That means when you're trying to make a particular design responsive, it does not mean what is going to be on a higher screen size is going to be on a smaller screen size.
No. Does not mean the major reason for responsiveness is just make sure contents are visible. Content like the text and the rest. But background images, most of the time they are not always you can't always put the same thing here. Because of there are different dimensions, the widths are different and everything. You get
Yeah, thanks, boss.
Solomon, go on.
Okay, to continue from our question, can we center in a mobile device? Can we center it on the lady?
Yes. So if you want to do that, we can say, okay, 500 pixels now. Our dot hero. That's all the background. You cannot say the background position. You know before it's center, but the lady is on the right. Background position not be on the right. So now we can now start reducing it. Once you go below 500 pixels, now this is not the right part of the image. It's still not on the lady. So, okay, right part. This is the right. From here to this part is the right. It's not still on the lady. Rough tackle. Another one. What was happening to this crystal palace stairs? They sure want to kill these people. Yeah, sorry. See if it's on the right now, see? In fact, this one now is totally out of the lead. It's like a part of one that's not showing. So you can't really get delayed. Except if you now start doing so. Yeah, something like this. So at 500 pixels. So it's now Solomon.
Okay.
Mr.
Yes, I can. But wait, how are you moving it?
It's magic.
Show us in the code.
So, it's over here from the expert. I'm adjusting the background position, the width, the size. So you can see I'm moving it. Okay, so now this is position. If we put your background position to 650 pixels, you have this. But now it's not advisable to have text on images like this if you don't have an overlay on them. Because if you don't have something like a linear background, it's not advisable at all. Because this text now is getting very hard for people to read, as you can see. So that's why, yeah, that's why when I was making it initially, I just put it on center because I know, okay, for center, it's not going to be on the image. That's following design convention. You see, so that it's easier for someone to read this than to read it when it was on the video. You get now, Solomon?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know that I'm just saying no? That is it possible? No, not is it possible for you to like crop this picture? Let's just say not for this exact thing, just say like you want a particular picture to be in a particular way. To crop the picture into a smaller size, then use it.
Of course you can.
Okay.
You can. And then let's experiment with this about 2. It has a smaller dimension. So we can say, okay, in our 500 pixel, can say hero background image. Sorry. background image, URL, slash image, slash about to. Now you see this. Still have this guy, but then as I release it, once I go below 500 pixel, the background image changes. So that means it's possible for you now to now crop that your particular background and then use it again as another background when you go to like a smaller screen. You get now, Kufu. One thing I would like to tell you people is when it comes to web development, when it comes to coding, nothing is impossible. It just depends, what I say, it depends on the limitation on your imagination. Oh my god, that sounded nice. But then it depends on the limits, I'll say how far you can think. If you're someone that okay, I want this thing to work, I want it to be upside down, I want it to be like this, it's totally possible. It's going to take more lines of code, it's going to take time, going to stress you, but then nothing is impossible. So you can just let's say people play around, try different things. Sure, don't go and run a loop without closing it on your laptop. I pity that laptop will hang. You
Sorry,
have to
what's the
like
loop?
it's in JavaScript. So
Okay.
loops in JavaScript, you have to like add a break. If you don't add a break, it's going to run infinitely. So now just imagine your laptop running something without stopping. You won't be able to do anything. Sometimes you have to like force shut your laptop just to get out of that particular error. So
Okay, now
anything is
another question.
possible. Shoot for phone.
Sorry, my question is too much. You
No,
were
no,
trying to when you were expecting, you were like clicking some parts, then adding to some parts. I wanted to ask that why you're that, does it affect your VS Code?
no, it doesn't. It only affects what I say. And I'll say that's my best friend because whenever I'm working on like responsiveness, what I do is I first check on this part. I first edit everything here. So whatever I edit here, I just take the code because it's possible for you to copy. You can just copy it like, okay, copy this. Then you can paste it in your VS Code. So that way, when you're working with responsiveness, it makes it very easy. The developer tools makes it very, very easy for you to work responsiveness. So let's say, okay, I'm changing the background now, change height, this the height. Once I say, okay, looks good, this one looks good, what I'll do is I'll just copy the part that I changed to a media query, then change it. You get the full, but it doesn't affect my code. Because once I refresh, it will go back to where it was in my code. Okay. I'm done with this part. And then there is this. Okay. Do you know what then? Let's just try our best and do this part. Then I'll give you guys this part and this part as assignment. I just tell us something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my CSS is not working still.
How is it not working? You connected it well.
I don't know. When I try to open it on live server, it's not just showing. It's only the HTML part that is on the live server, not the CSS.
So I'm trying to think about what's wrong with your code. You say you added the link, start the CSS
Yeah.
link to the code.
Yes.
And you're sure the CSS is correct.
Yes. But on my VS Code, I can see it's telling me a problem with this part on track. That's what I don't want.
On track, that on track is for on track is for Git.
For Git, okay.
Come on. You know what? Try creating a new project.
Okay.
Yeah. Winifred. No, Ayodele was. Ayodele, please go on.
Sorry, I'm having issues with my Google font.
Okay. It's not
The
working.
family is not, yes, exactly. It's not popping up in the live server.
Are you? Is the laptop connected to the internet?
Yes.
And you said it's not
I
popping up.
tried. It's not working. I had
How do you?
to.
It's not popping up. How did you import it? Did you import it like this at the top? You drop to that import
Yes.
link, and you're sure the link is correct.
Yes. I copied what you sent.
You know, snap your code and send it to the group chat.
Okay.
Winifred, go on.
Yes, please answer us. Like concerning what you taught yesterday, that JIT and GitHub, linking JIT to GitHub. I didn't really understand. Like I want to ask, like, are you still going to release the videos on it?
The videos, I've done that already. Check the group chat. I sent the link to the group chat. You can check the group description. There's a Google Doc over there. So the last class there, that's 7. The link is there.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, please. I laid a complaint that I could not see the terminal, that it was very blurry. So is there a way you can like send the codes or something?
Okay, I'll check the drive. I think there's a part. Sorry?
There's a way you can increase the resolution of the video that you are watching. Like when you are watching the video, there's 160 pixels and there's 720 pixels. So I think if you should increase it to 720 pixels, it should be visible.
I think it's on the highest resolution because other videos are not like that.
Okay then.
Mr. Favor, about
Yes,
the question, sorry, I've forgotten her name. Adiwa is asking. The lady that just asked the question now. About her question that she's asking, I was also not able to see very well.
Okay.
Can you like, no, you said we're having Monday classes for question, and we've not had any. Can we use that period to like do that part again? I'm just suggesting. It is possible.
And it's not. What they're suggesting is not bad. But problem is, your tutor is just managing. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good. But then I don't want to cancel the class. One day, is it one day still here?
I'm here.
Okay, so there's a way I can get you. Okay. This is a Google Doc file of all the chats that we had yesterday. So all the chat was saved. So you can go to the chat and then you can see the Git add and Git everything here. I hope that will help you one day.
Okay, true. Thank you. I'll go through it.
You're welcome. Yeah. So Kofo, on Monday, no problem. Mondays used to be my, let's say, my weekend. Because now weekend starts on Sunday, not on Friday like every other person. Mine is always Sunday to Monday. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's my own weekend, not 3 days weekend. So I don't know. Try. I'm not promising. But then those that still want to learn Git on Sunday evening, I'll let you know if we are going to have the class on Monday. Or no, on Monday morning, I'll let you know if we can have the class started. So for that's cool.
Yeah, I was actually asking because of you one day. Maybe to help out so and some other people that wanted to learn. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so today has so that this year today has gone far already. Okay, no, what? I think we'll stop around here for today. I think we'll stop around here today.
Second place finish at the Total Sports Solutions Marathon on debut. Catch up with the man himself. At 6 p.m. on Supersport.
Are we done?
Maybe I'm looking for you for assignments. Because I want something that's going to impress me.
Boss, please, the CSS code again. No. Yes, can you send it again?
Send it to where, please?
The in-call messages.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not the CSS.
That's not CSS.
I can't send my CSS to in-call message.
But you copied it the other time now.
Only a part. I was only able to send a part.
Okay, I need just the media query side, the media screen.
I can't even send everything. The many ones that I can't send. Can you just is Leon still on this call? Leon. Where's Leon? Okay.
Always give you praise. That God was so every choice of
Just enjoyed nice music until I find the assignment.
Sir, please can you send all the links you sent to the income messages to the WhatsApp group chat? But there's no I can copy it and paste. Somehow.
Okay, can someone let me do that, please? If your WhatsApp can to your laptop, because mine is not. Let's make copy the list. Almost just
Sorry.
Okay, I did just
apparently none of my CSS file is working, including the old ones. It's only going to recognize the HTML file when I open it through live server.
But if you open it through normal way, is it working?
If I open it through normal way, what do you mean by normal way?
Like if there is less file, open your folder, then double click on the HTML file.
Let me check.
Like something like this. Something like this. This menu is the HTML file. So if I double click, automatically brings out the HTML file.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me try. The HTML file, right? Not the CSS.
Yeah, the HTML.
Yes, it's not open with CSS, just the HTML.
Just this to me. Then I'm not linking it to. You're not linking it to. I'll check very well.
For this moment, I mean, the distance that demonstrates to take the chances of needing brilliant tackle. It's such a low sample of referencing Jimmy. Once he gets bedded in and he gets his balance, he's very hard to knock off the ball and he just backs into players.
And I mean, go on, please.
I got disconnected for a few minutes, and since when I logged in back, I've not been hearing anything. I wanted to know if something had changed or.
Not at all. I'm looking for assignments to give, Jerry. What I'm seeing here is not hard enough.
Oh, okay.
I mean, huh?
Sir, we
Okay.
come for today.
Yeah, we are. So I've seen your assignment. I'm going to compile it. I'll compile your assignment as a folder and then send it over.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll send it by, let's say in the next 2 hours. I'll send the assignment.
Sorry, can you
Yeah?
please still show your code? I'm almost done.
Did you work?
Thank you.
Did you go on?
And I'm having issues with this, my discover more. The button tag is not coming up. The button tag.
Button tag is not
Like
coming up as
this
far.
discover, yeah, exactly. And I've done it.
Yes, it's working.
No, as in mine.
Ah, it's not coming up. If it's not coming up, then type it.
I should retype it.
If it's not coming up, type it.
Okay.
Or is it that the styling is not working, or is it the HTML?
And the HTML part. The
Type
styling. And the HTML part, sorry.
Type it.
Sorry, you say?
I said type it though. If it's not coming out, if the suggestion is not
Okay.
coming out, then type it.
Okay.
Sorry, as the class ended, my phone is about to off.
Yes, it does. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate. See you all next week. And where's the
Has
gate
worked.
woman?
It has worked. Thank you.
Okay. Gate woman, you're leaving last to boss. Is Jan still on this call?